Hello my dudes, welcome back to All the Mods 10, the Shire Mine Colonies. This episode, what we're going to be gunning for is getting more dudes in the colony. Obviously last episode, we built a whole bunch of animal farms, and the reason why we did that is we need beef. Loads of beef. Now I've decorated the area over there, so come and take a look. As you can see, the initial huts went down, but it was a bit ugly, a bit rough around the edges over here, so we've added a load of trees, loads of bone meal has gone down to create some grass and some flowers, and also a nice, neat path that weaves through these buildings. I'm really happy with how this looks. I think we've achieved something beautiful over here. But these huts are empty, my dudes, because we have hit colony limit. We've got 25 dudes and we can't get any more until we do some research. So, let's get cracking. So, blow the horn of the Shire. We have a mission to be about, so we need 64 steaks. It's going to take our cowhands a long time to get that, so the first thing we're going to do is set them up, get them going as soon as possible. Now, even though we've got 25 dudes already in the colony, we do have a lot of repeat jobs. For example, we've got loads of farmers, 3, and each one of them has already created an insane amount of food for the warehouse. So temporarily, we can move those farmers over to these cowhands' huts. So yeah, let's take a look around. We've got the chicken farmer over here, I believe, in the corner. If we take a look, yeah, this is the chicken farmer's hut, and it's pretty basic. Again, all of these are level 2 now, which is pretty cool. This little wagon is the supply camp, obviously. We've got, I think this is the swine herd over here. No, yeah, this is the pig hut, and this is where the pigs are going to be kept. Very nice. Now we've used these Macaw's terrace stairs because colonists will use these to get up and down, but we've kind of moved away from those Macaw's bridges because I've never seen colonists walk over those bridges. I don't think they like them. Now these two big buildings obviously are the 2 cowhands huts, and those are the big ones we're going to be coming back to in a second. But the last building over here is the shepherd's hut, and obviously this is where sheep are raised and killed for their wool. Well, no, maybe not killed. So let's go and set one of these cowhands up. The hut block, I think, is around the back somewhere. There it is. Good job, Lyra. You put this up in an amazingly quick time. And the cowhand is very simple. There's some settings. You can make sure they breed. To do that, they will need wheat. You can make them milk, but we don't need milk for now, so we'll save them that. And likewise, I think stew is to do with turning them into mushrooms. If you have mushroom cows, you can make mushroom stew. And per days is how often I think you do these things. And you can get different milk items. You can get milk buckets or milk bottles, but we're not touching milk right now. We need beef. So all we need to do is bring over a worker. Oh, looks like Lady Nero is unemployed, so that's someone we can get into the cowhand's hut. So we'll get her over. Her stats aren't incredible, her adaptability is great, but stamina and athletics are not super good, but it doesn't really matter. Let's get her over here and see what she looks like. Oh wow, yeah, looks like a real milkmaid. Digging it. Let's talk about how the cowhand works. So with the cowhand's hut, and in fact with all of the farmer huts, for farming animals, you do have to supply your own animals. We have to go and get the cows ourselves and deposit them inside the pens. And the higher level the cowhand's hut is, the more cows they can breed at the same time. I think it's about 2 per level, so at level 2, each of these can have 4 cows. So for the second cowhand, we're going to repurpose one of our existing farmers, so show the employed dudes we have around. And we're going to move over a farmer. Now, when you're moving over workers, try to avoid moving over your guards because guards exist in their own house. So if you move over a guard, they're going to move out of their house and become homeless. So it can be a trap you fall into. If you repurpose guards, you'll end up with more colonists than you have houses. Now, as far as farmers go, it looks like Shadow Fox has an incredible set of stats. So we'll get him over. Boom. And summon him, and this is Mr. Cowman. Oh yeah, look at that little kind of reed hanging out of his mouth. Looks like a real farmer. So before we get started on catching some mobs, let's talk about the ways you can do it in All the Mods 10. So there is no carry-on mod. We can't go up to a monster and right-click to get it into our hands. No, that won't work. There's still, though, a number of items we can actually use. There is, of course, the mob imprisonment tool from Industrial Foregoing, but this is expensive. It costs plastic and a ghast tear. That's really expensive, but this thing is reusable. There is the creature catcher from Just Dire Things, and this is a popular one. It uses blaze gold and an ender pearl. But blaze gold is a very tricky one to get. We're going to do this. I think this is the coolest one because the other option is the soul vial from Ender.io, and that costs Soularium, which I don't think we have. Maybe we do, but I don't think we do. But let's look into Just Dire Things and work out how to get blaze gold. So what you need to do is you need to get raw blaze gold ore. To do this, you have to combine a block of gold with Void Shimmer Blaze Bloom or Shadow Pulse goo. Okay, and that's a bit weird. Each one of these goos is attached to a different dimension, so Blaze Bloom is from the Nether. I think Shadow Pulse is from the Deep Dark. Yeah, there you go, Skulk and Echo Shards. And of course the last one is from the End, the Void Shimmer. So I think Blaze Bloom is something we can achieve. But Blaze Bloom does require Nether Warts and Blaze Powder, so these goos are pretty tricky to get. Now there is also one other method. We can use mob swabs to get cow DNA. And using a mob swab with DNA, you can actually create a cow spawn egg. So that's what we're going to try and do because the others seem way out of reach. So we'll need some sticks and some wool to get some swabs. Man, yeah, I really do miss Carry On as a mod. The mod itself has some problems, like you'll accidentally pick things up when you didn't want to, but oh man, do I miss it. It's such a cool mod. Plus it also looks really cool kind of carrying around animals. Even though a cow is realistically a little bit heavy for me to pick up. Well, not in real life. In real life, I'm real strong. But yeah, in game, no, I couldn't do it. And there we go, we've got 4 mob swabs. Now we need to go and get some cow DNA. So we're going to go back to the wilderness, see if we can track down a cow out over here. Look at the map. Oh yeah, there's a few around. In fact, here is customer number 1, just to the north. There you are. I see you, Mr. Bovine Beauty. Oh, look at this guy. What a magnificent rump on this guy. I could go for some steak right now. You didn't hear me say that. So right click with the mob swab and you get this sucker's DNA. Now you can do this multiple times with multiple swabs. The cow has unlimited DNA. This guy isn't running out of that stuff anytime soon. Which is good, right? Last thing you want is no DNA left. Because I don't even know what would happen in real life if you had no DNA. I think you'd just be a big ball of goo. Ugh. So now we have mob swabs with cow DNA. And if you press U, it tells you you can create GM chicken feed for chickens, but it doesn't tell you exactly what else you can do. However, if you do hover over the item, it says, craft this with a bucket of XP and some seeds. Oh man, a bucket of XP? Where are we going to get that from? So there's a couple of ways we can get buckets of experience. There's the automatic Hephaestus Forge. Yeah, I don't think we're doing that on the Shire. That is crazy. There's also bucket of experience from Sophisticated Core, which really is just draining XP into buckets. So we're going to try and get the XP out of me and into some buckets, which we can do. That shouldn't be a problem. Man, what a technical heavy episode. One of the ways we can do this is a singularity drain. This will drain XP from me and put it into a tank, but it's not the cheapest of things to make. We do need 2 Eyes of Ender and a regular singularity tank. That's not too bad, but do we have any blaze powder? I think we might do. Let's go and take a look. So let's take a look. We probably have maybe a blaze rod or 2 in one of these. Oh yeah, look at this. 3 blaze rods right here. I think that should be plenty. So we'll combine these with the ender pearls. I probably shouldn't have made all of those into powder, but that's fine. Combine these with the ender pearls we found, and we did find some of those. I do remember that. Oh yeah, so now we can make the singularity tank. 2 Eyes of Ender. Let's do this. We'll need loads of iron. Let's get to it. So number 1, the singularity tank. This should be pretty simple. Just some glass and some iron. Number 2, yeah, we'll need a hopper. So a chest. There's 4 chests. Then we'll make a hopper like that. Then the last thing is iron bars, which again is super simple. And I think, my dudes, that is everything. Boom. The XP drain. So now what we can do is we'll put this, I guess, in the spa. because it's a bit like a shower, and this is the closest thing we have to a bathroom. So we're going to plonk this... where are we going to put this? Don't want to mess anything up. Maybe in the hot tub. Like that. Yeah, and there we go. We're draining ourselves of all this XP. Very good. But now we're going to make a bucket and see if we can get a bucket out of this thing. It should work. If it doesn't, then we're royally boned. Oh, it works. There we go. So now we combine this with a seed. I need to grab a seed, which you can do from over in my inventory over here. Boom, 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 boom. So we combine the seed with a bucket of XP, the DNA swab, and we have chicken feed. That's not how this is supposed to work. Well, let's roll with this. So we're going to get the chicken feed. There we go. But what do we do now? Single use for the chicken. Feed to chickens. Wait, does this mean we have to catch a chicken? Well, okay, let's grab some eggs. So what we can do is we can throw eggs in the cow pen, then turn them into cows. Is that how it works? So here we go. Luck be a lady tonight. All we want is one chicken. Oh, yeah, there we go. So we got a chicken from the first egg. That's insanely good luck. If we give him the GM chicken feed, is this going to work? Come here, chicken. Oh, it might not work because he's young, right? Tell you what, we'll wait until he's big and strong. And we'll try the other eggs as well because, oh yeah, we did get lucky. There's 2. And let's try the other pen as well because 2 and 2 would be perfect. Oh, yes. Oh, no. Wait, oh my god, what happened there? There were 4 chickens in that egg? That's weird. Oh man, is that like how twin chickens are born? Wait, can chicken eggs have twins? That's an interesting thought. I don't think they can. What do you think, Kyle Longstaff? Proudfoot? Wait, that's a wrong name, isn't it? So here we go. Yeah, 3 stacks of seeds is going to be plenty. We'll give these to the dudes over here. Come over here and just jump into the pen. How's it going, my dudes? Yeah, this is speeding up the growth time quite massively. Perfect. And there we go. He's all big and grown, which means we can give him the GM chicken feed. And let's see if this works. Oh! What? Oh, not what I was expecting. I should have been expecting it because I've done this mod before. But we did get a cow spawn egg. Amazing. Boom. There is cow number 1. I'm going to go and make some more GM food with the remaining swabs and the buckets of XP that I've got. And let's get some more cows in here. So sometime later we have drained all my XP, but we've got this extra chicken feed now. So we can give it to this chicken. Here we go. Very good. Cow spawn egg. And now we've got 2 cows. Amazing. So what will happen now is Lady Nero should start to breed the cows. Let's double check with her though, because she might need a tool. Says she's herding cows at the moment. She hasn't got any open requests. Oh no, she does. Look at this. So she's looking for wheat, and wheat is something we have in abundance over at the warehouse. So that's really good news. In fact, our courier has already arrived, given her wheat. There she goes. Oh, she's breeding the cows. Amazing. And we've got a little cowlet. Amazing. That's what a little cow's called, right? A cowlet. So that's what she'll do. She'll just breed cows. But if we give her a tool, she will also kill cows. She needs an axe to kill these cows, and there are axes in the warehouse, so I'm sure one of those will make its way over to Lady Nero. Let's go and fill up the other cowhand's hut. And 2 is all you need. 2 gets you an extra one, and then they can breed, and everything should come together. Shadow Fox will start to farm these guys, and over time, we're going to get that raw beef. Now, we need a lot of raw beef for this. To do the research, we need 64, a whole stack of raw beef. So now we've actually got the cows. Let's go and hit the wilderness, make another sword or 2, I reckon, and kill ourselves some cows to get all the steak we need. We're going on a cow killing montage. Let's do it. Here I come, cows. So there we go, my dudes. Many cow kills later, we're sitting on a stack and 4 of raw beef. Now we need to get this turned into steak and then put in the research center so we can get more dudes. Man, it's so convoluted. 64 steak is a really high requirement for a research, but you know what? It's got to be done. Can't be avoided. Honestly, I think 32 steaks would be a bit more reasonable, wouldn't it? But we got the steaks. Let's not worry about it. Let's get this research done. So here we go. 3 iron furnaces will go along this wall. This is going to look a little bit messy for now, but it's fine. We'll get this place tidied up later and embed this stuff in the wall. But for now, this is all we want. We want a chest with a pipe that comes over here. We'll need a wrench. Where is the wrench? Nope, not that. There it is. There's the pipe wrench. So the pipe wrench configured to suck. There we go. And now pipes along the bottom to put into that barrel down there. And again, use that pipe wrench to make sure everything is pulling. Yeah, here we go. Oh, wow, we've got lots of coal. We'll take 3 blocks of coal. That should be fine. Put one of these in each of the furnaces. But we'll give it a bit of an even split because it looks like it's kind of put all of them in the first one. Now, while we wait for that, there's another thing I want to do. Let's make our guards some shields. The knights that we have around the colony can actually use shields. So if I remember the recipe, it's just like some iron and some wood. Yeah, pretty simple. Iron on the top, wood on the bottom. So we'll get some logs we can turn into planks. Like that. Get some iron out of here as well. We're not going to need too many of these because we're going a bit lighter on knights. I reckon 4 will be fine for now. 1, 2, 3, 4. And do you know what? Instead of putting these directly in the warehouse, what we can do is use our post box. This is pretty cool, so we can just basically put items we want to dump. Oh, it's nighttime. Oh my god. There we go. Oh, I hope no rude dudes spawned. I don't see any on the map. So, wow, I think we got really lucky there. Must have just caught nighttime, but yeah. So the stash is what we want to use. We put stuff in here. A courier will come along, pick up those shields, put them in the warehouse, then deliver them to the guards that need them. Now those steaks must be done by now. Let's go and take a look. 62, yep, plus the ones that I had in my backpack. We're looking good. Let's go over and do some research. Before we go over there though, I will take a stack of iron because there's usually something you can do in the combat tree with iron. Yeah, we'll chance it. Let's go and do some research. Here we go. Miroline Ald, Researcher Supreme, and Danestra, who I guess is her boss. Sure, we'll say that's her boss. So we're going to come over here, and this is it, my dudes. Civilian outpost, 64 stakes, and this is going to get us a max citizens of 50. The step after this requires the university to be level 3, but it lets you have 100 dudes, which is pretty important. It's a nice amount of dudes. We do have another spot for research, so we're going to go into combat and see what we can do down here. Oh, no, we've done it. We've done all the level 1 research for combat, which is pretty good. But if we get some bones, we can do remembrance. That'll get us the graveyard, which is probably going to be a nicer place to remember our hobbits than on top of our roof. So 8 bones, let's go. So all of our colonists are named after Patreon and YouTube members. Once again, a massive thank you for becoming a Patreon or YouTube member. Members can find a channel on our community Discord, which is a very cool place where we do a lot of community games. We've also got an All the Mods 10 server coming very soon. So that's going to be pretty exciting. But also, yeah, you can submit your names on the Discord and we'll add them to the list and there's a chance that they will arrive in the colony. Pretty exciting. So it's always sad when my colonists die because it's you dudes. Like for example, when Toodles died, that was pretty tragic. I'm going to miss him. And so a graveyard is a really important place because it lets me remember your guys' contribution to the series, because without you guys, none of this would be possible. So Miroline, here we go. We're going to teach you a research. We're going to go down civilian and we're going to do graveyard. There we go. Remembrance. Amazing. Now in the comment section, you guys did give me some really good advice. That ugly tower we have over there is a source of massive woe. We have pillagers spawning up there, and it's never good. Now, we talked about ways we could actually stop pillagers from spawning. Some of you guys are saying put down carpet, put down half slabs, a lot of convoluted things that just mean the pillagers can't spawn there. But the truth is, I think the best way is going to be to use a mega torch. I really didn't want to have to rely on them, but pillagers are so weird and so peculiar that I do think this warrants us using mega torches. So, mega torch, yes please, there we go. And what we're going to do is we're just going to put this right underneath the pillager tower because yeah, that's going to be, you know, a way for them to stop spawning. It's a shame that we've had to resort to this, but I think it's okay. Some of you guys also said I could just get guards to patrol that area, but that's going to mean the guards have to have a way to get up there, and yeah, I don't know, they could die to pillagers as well. I think this is the better option. Yeah, in fact, here they are. So we're going to put down the mega torch right here. That's a good spot. Deal with this dude. Get out of here, scum. You've killed your last colonist, my friend. Now you're dancing with the devil. You're dancing with me. I am the devil, Satan Supreme. Maybe. What am I talking about? Sometimes I think this game drives me insane. Now, hang on a sec. Kyle Longstaff Proudfoot, that is a double name. So we're going to go over to the tavern, see who's knocking around, and get this guy renamed. Now, obviously, yeah, we've got the buildings to level 2, which means the tavern has had a massive glow up. Here's Alex Yepidoodles, and you know what? That's a solid name, but we're going to go in here and look at the tavern because this place looks amazing. Lycan Crow and Kitty Kraken Curse over here enjoying the new furnishings. Very cool. I don't know if this makes the housing in the tavern level 2 as well, but I hope it does because that's a nice improvement to the tavern. Anyway, let's go and rename Kyle. Bring over Kyle Longstaff, there we go, and give you your proper name.
Okay.
Yeah, welcome to the crew, welcome to the colony. Who else is knocking around? We got any weird civilians with weird names? Happiness is doing okay. Above 5 is fine. We've got Bob McGill, Funky Cow Proudfoot. Yeah, everything here looks okay. Everyone's got a real legit name. Cool. So let's have a think. The pillager hut has been sorted. That problem has been solved with a mega torch. We got a way to capture mobs. Pretty cool. So the cowhand's hut is working now. And it's slowly churning through those cows. The research is underway, so we're going to get 50 dudes in the colony, or at least raise the cap. And we're also researching graveyards, so that's a building we can put down. But what else can we do? There's a couple of things. Now, are we ready to go to level 3, my dudes? That's a big question. Let's go and take a look at the builder's hut, see what the requirements are, because usually level 3 sometimes requires materials from the nether. So the builder's hut will shine a light on that. Okay, wow. So take a look at some of these requirements. We've got oak plank panels, grindstone, oak log, stone bricks, cobblestone, yes. Nothing is crazy. Beige stone bricks, which we learned how to make once we made Bag End. Framed paper extra, which is fine because we've got a big old snad farm for paper. Brick extra shingles, which is no worries because we've got loads of clay. Oh man, you know, yeah, none of this is tricky. Poppies from the iron farm. Yeah, that's one builder's hut though, so we'll set this to build. And Lyra can build her own hut, because I always think that's a good way of doing it. But the big question now, what about this other builder's hut? That one was easy, but this one's the alternative style. I think from Shire Editions. So let's see what this one requires. Yeah, so this one actually requires materials from the nether. Not a problem because we did go to the nether, and I think we did get the things we need for a red nether brick. It's a bit more complicated, this building. In fact, we need some blackstone. Or do we have any blackstone? I don't know. We did smash our portal, so if we want to go back to the nether, we have to make one. We've got the netherrack over here, but we don't actually have any blackstone. That's a shame. I should have had, you know, the foresight to gather some of this. But it goes to show, not all Minecolonies buildings and styles are equal. Some of them will require nether materials to get to level 3, and gameplay-wise, they should. They're supposed to. That's how the game is designed. Level 3 is locked behind going to the nether. But we lucked out because this builder's hut does not require any materials from the nether. It's all just basic stuff. So we'll get Lyra hooked up with this, and let's check out the build. So here we go, my dudes, a pretty big moment getting the first building on the colony to level 3. It's always a big upgrade and usually makes buildings look really, really, really good. It's a shame we couldn't get both builders' huts to level 3, but having one at level 3 is the most important thing. That means we can make sure Lyra is in charge of the 2 to 3 upgrades, and Leanne, our other builder for now, can just worry about getting buildings up to levels 1 and 2. We will get Leanne upgraded once we get the nether materials, but for now, having one builder's hut at level 3 is the most important thing. It wasn't ideal, but it looks like a rain cloud has gathered over the Shire, and it's got wet and miserable on the colony, but it looks like, for some reason, our builder is working through the rain. I'm not sure if that's like a setting we changed in the config, or if she's just really keen today. Usually workers stop during the rain, so I'm not quite sure why this is happening, but I'm not sad. It is nice to see her powering through and working through the drizzle. And let's be honest, this is a pretty big glow up. The building looks so much better at level 3 than level 2, so I'm really glad I did this. Well, there we go. What a fantastic build. Great job, Lyra. Let's jump back in game. Oh man, yeah, check this bad boy out. This is a massive glow up. This is insane. What a huge upgrade from level 2. And it goes to show, man, like level 1 and 2 really are basics. It's the little league of buildings. Level 3 is when you're getting into the big leagues. And this thing is really cool. Let's take a look inside. So I want to see what's going on in here. So you've got stairs up on the left that take you up to the next floor. And there's a nice amount of rack space in here now. Are you happy, Lyra? This is a nice building for you. I think she's going to enjoy it the most. But there's a lot more rack space in here now, which is good news. There's no basement yet, but that's fine. Maybe a basement will come with higher levels. Maybe there'll be no basement at all, but I love it. I like that little crane. I think the grindstone with the chain to make a crane is a really good look, really good effect. But yeah, pretty happy with this. So it's been a good day on the colony. We got a lot of stuff done. Nothing very flashy. We didn't do any really cool builds this episode, but I do think the animal farm area is looking really sweet. What we did do though is a very important research. By the time we record next episode, we're going to have enough space for 50 dudes. That's going to mean we're going to have a massive increase in dudes on the colony. We're going to have to get some more housing to support that. So yeah, expansion is coming. As always, a massive thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe and drop a comment if you have any ideas or tips or queries on the series. But until next episode, take care.